Welcome back to my chess channel. Today I have a match game that I played today in the South Island Chess Championships. It's all happening in the South Island Chess Championships. So here we go, let's get into it. This is move 1. I am white and I am on board 4 for some reason, I don't know why. Now, we have the Spanish, the rider pairs, the Wade variation is here, the exchange variation is here next move. This is normal move, this is the Sleeman, this is the Berlin, is it? Or it might be. This is the Cosio, this is whatever, it does look familiar. But it is a line, d6, bishop c5, I think it's even a move, I don't even think it is, I'm not sure now. It's funny here because like I know some openings and I just stick to my f5 French, I just stick to it, it's like I'm loyal to it, but anyway, let's get on with this. d6, so that's what my opponent played, d6, and the Togo player, Queen e2 from Dunedin, that is, New Zealand. Queen e2, I won't even dare say it, the wall, and I don't say it right. Bishop e7, c3, bishop g4, castles, knight f6, rook d1, castles. Now I threaten bishop takes knight, and there's no bishop takes bishop on c6 to gain this e pawn. If there's a bishop here, then black would be able to play this. So this threatens bishop c6. So we'll just get black's move. But this threatens bishop c6 and just merely pawn takes pawn, and thereby I win a pawn at least. So after bishop bishop d c8 to g4, it's very good to look out for this move here from black. So if you don't play d4 yet, so it's good to biff the bishop with h3 so that you take that square away from the knight to be able to go there, sort of thing. So bishop h5 and d5. Now my opponent went the wrong way here. Should probably play a kind of a Breyer system. Knight b8 and then knight b d8, d7 and so forth, but went back to d8. So that's a little bit of a problem for the knight, even though the knight can go out again via b6 and knight b7, knight c5. b6, here we come. So there's no threat if this to attack the knight on h4, then I merely just take the knight on the bishop on g6, and thereby I'm threatening knight e7, winning a piece. Same with this. If this, then I just play knight g6, and if knight g3, then knight e7 check, and then I can take this back, or I can just take the queen on c8 after e7 check and take the queen. My queen's captured on e2 with check, bishop e2, rook a or f c8. Knight c5, knight f5, obviously threatening a devastating check to black. Black plays bishop d8, plays somewhat passively. This time control for the South Island champs is 90 minutes, an hour and a half obviously, and 30 seconds per move thereafter increments. Bishop c2. Keeping my bad white squid bishop. Queen b d7, I mean. I think it went to b7, I'm not sure, but I don't know. h4, h6, h5, why not? Bishop h7, a4, king h8, rook a3. Now I thought, what if my opponent goes queen a6? I thought in the match game, I thought, what do I do if he does that? I just go pawn takes knight, and queen takes queen, of course, knight takes, and I'm a clear piece up, as well as other things. Now I'm just threatening, everyone knows I threaten obvious things. Knight d6, queen a6, bishop d3. Now the queen either takes the a pawn or doesn't. So my opponent does take the a pawn. So we go into a swap for the rook and bishop for queen, because there's nothing else here for black, of course. So queen b2, bishop b5, not giving black any chance to regroup. Bishop f5, that's okay. Knight f5, and of course knight takes e4 or knight takes h5 fails to the red arrow shown by the computer. Bishop d7, bishop takes d7. So I like to keep it tight. Rook g8, bishop c6. Now don't really like it for black, of course. Probably here, if anything, the worst thing in the world is probably to play rook a7, but it's something really bad about this that black's got here. So here I just take total superiority of the a file, probably for the rest of the game. And same thing again, if knight f takes e4 or h5 or moves away from there, then just bishop takes knight. Knight f8, and now I go queen e2. Knight h7, and here I'm thinking of this and this and this, but I just wanted to keep it sort of like here. I think I can do it here according to my friend, and it's probably correct here, although black can get away with it. Yeah, they can, because they just go bishop g5 and then knight f6 defends their rook. So I don't know, I looked at trying to win the rook, but don't think I could. Now I just got to be kind of careful still. Here I'm just maybe going to take this knight and then the rook, but I don't. Bishop d8. Sort of like asking me, come and get me. King g2. So I'm just playing quietly here. So to be able to meet knight g5 with rook e3, I'm not saying it's the best move in the world, but it's what I played. Knight h7, or knight g5, h7. Here I play this, and it looks quite good, but I think it's a mistake. What did my opponent play here now? There, knight takes. Queen here and bishop g5. Now, what would you play here now? So remembering it's a match game. So what would you play here as white? And I'm not saying this is a problem or hard to find or that it's good or anything like that. I'm just saying, what would you play here? So I played Queen c7. Okay. Now my opponent took my rook on e3. What did I play next? So after bishop e3, what did I then play next? I played knight d6. See? So bishop e3, knight d6, and what I'm threatening, of course, is the proverbial checkmate. Knight f7 checkmate. So black has to redeem themselves from that threat. So they played knight h7 to g5, giving themselves a square on h7 to move to, and also defending the f pawn. Bishop fe3, and now there's no contest for this strong bishop here. The strong bishop is very, very strong. Sounds a bit sort of ironic, doesn't it? But anyway, so this bishop's quite strong, and I'm sort of eradicating things as they go. So I play queen f5 here, and I pick up this loose e5 pawn, and then I can, I'm threatening the knight, of course, so the knight has to do something about itself. So it defends itself with the rook. And as mentioned, I'm not saying that black played the greatest game, but I played quite a methodical sort of a game here, really. Rook f8, queen d4, wanting to push e5, king g8, a move that black might regret later on, e5, knight f5, queen b6, h5. This move here has some intent. d6. And so we're not far away from the conclusion of this game. My opponent here decided to take the pawn on d6. Okay, so we've got knight d6, e d6, rook d6. What did I play next? So knight takes pawn, pawn takes knight, rook takes pawn. So it gives up the knight for the two pawns that are looking quite ominous. Then what happens next after knight d6, e d6, or knight takes pawn, pawn takes knight, rook takes pawn? What did I play next? Good on you for seeing it. It is the following: knight d6, e d6, rook d6. Very easy to see. I saw it, so anyone can see it. Bishop d5 check. Now I'm just winning the exchange and thereby the game. So after rook d5, I've just got queen e6 check, and then I pick up the rook. Or if rook f7, I can be a little bit cheeky and just play this, and I'm still threatening a rook. After rook f8, queen e6 check. I wasn't going to be silly. And anyway, my opponent just signed the score sheet and sort of walked away. Didn't want to say anything. Didn't even say thanks for the game, even though I said I hope you have a good game to my opponent at the start. Not the same was forthcoming from my opponent, but that's the way it is, isn't it? So here black lost to this move after rook d6, just simply bishop d5, and here of course I'm threatening queen takes rook, or if rook e6, then I can still play queen to e6, even so. Okay, that's the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on The Muppet Show. That's David Wiegner, over and out. Thank you very much.